Precipitate Gold in the news today. Precipitate trades in the Toronto Venture Exchange as PRG as they identify several multi-element soil geochemical anomalies at the Pueblo Grande Gold Project in Dominican Republic. I've got with me now the President and CEO, Jeff Wilson. Hey Jeff, appreciate the time here for an update. Looks like some good news for the company. Why don't you run us through the highlights?
Well, real simply put, this is our first phase of work on what's been a really exciting new acquisition that we made and sort of finalized in January. The excitement came from the fact that we've basically acquired this land package that surrounds and is immediately adjacent to what has been the third or the fourth largest gold mining operation on the planet, which is Barrick's Pueblo Viejo mine in the Dominican Republic. So we are sitting in the shadows of a monster gold mining operation. This is highly prospective ground and ground that really hasn't seen the kind of work and any kind of systematic exploration before. And today's news release represents the results from our first phase of work on the ground. So first boots on the ground was to go in and do soil sampling. And we've got some historic geophysical results, some historic geochem results, but we wanted to better understand, what do we have here? Is there mineralization at surface? And today's news shows us that there are multiple anomalous zones of gold, silver, copper, and a lot of other trace metal elements that show us that we look to be in some sort of a system here of a high sulfidation epithermal system. The other part of this story that's I think attracted the attention of the market a little bit here is that in recent weeks, in fact about a week ago, while we were going ahead and doing this work, Barrick made an announcement that although they've already put $4.3 billion with a B dollars into the infrastructure at their Pueblo Viejo mine, they announced last week they're going to put another $1 billion investment into this project. So what that says to me is this is a place where they see growth potential. This is a place where they're very comfortable, and this is going to be one of their premier Tier 1 assets. And so, to be adjacent to that in an area where, there's mineralization that's produced one of the biggest mines in the world, we just believe that the potential for additional occurrences, continuity, other deposits to be identified exists, and this is an exciting first step in our path towards delineating something and drilling this target later this year.
Yeah, that's what that was going to be my follow-up is how do you see that going, and take us through the summer?
There's a couple of steps in advance of a drill program. As I said, this is our first phase of work, and it's the geochemical or soil sampling. We've also embarked on a program of geophysics, which is ground magnetic surveying over this same area. So that will give us a second layer of data or a second layer of information to utilize for drill target delineation. So we'll be able to combine this geochemical survey with a magnetic survey or a geophysical survey to better vector towards where we think the sweet spots are for drilling. The last layer of work, and those results from that magnetic work should come out in the next few weeks. We've already completed or are in the process of completing that program, and that data should be turned around pretty quickly. The third piece of information or layer of data that we'll add to that will be a mapping program. So again, you need to understand the rocks. You need to understand where you are in the geological system. So we've got geochem done, magnetic survey coming, and then we'll provide that information to a high-level mapping team that will be down on the ground, walking around, putting together a geological map for us. So those three layers of information, 1, 2, 3, coming out over the course of the next month or two, will provide the basis for us to sit down, analyze, assess those layers of information, and start to plot up a drill program. This is a near-surface, relatively shallow target that we're our thesis here is that mineralization could be relatively near surface below a fairly thin cap. And so we would be looking to do, a drill program that would probably consist of somewhere in the ballpark of 10 drill holes, anywhere from 150 to 400 meters in depth. And, that's a program that we would contemplate for some time this summer, all going according to plan.
Okay, Jeff Wilson, President, CEO of Precipitate Gold, that's PRG on the TSXV Venture Exchange. Jeff, appreciate the time, and we'll certainly look forward to checking back in with you when we have some more news to report.
My pleasure. Thanks, Rob.